Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Ainul Nurizzati binti Zamri, and my group members are Nur Fatihah binti JAAFAR, Nur FASIHAH binti AZMI, DEVIEYVNNA anak MAWING, HANIS MASITAH binti BAKRI, and ULIN NUHA binti AHMAD Badri. And our group are going to present about Mayo Clinic Archive.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Fatihah and I am from IM455. Today I would like to talk about the Mayo Clinic Archive and Record. The Mayo Clinic is a non-profit American academy of medical center focused on integrated healthcare education and research. The Mayo Clinic is an external, public-facing news site that provides consumer press, health recommendations, scientific research, new releases, and patient tale. All information is provided to inform and educate the general population. The general public is not required to register in order to use the site. Mayo Clinic researchers contribute to a better knowledge of disease processes, optimal clinical practices, and the translation of laboratory findings into clinical practice.
Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. I am now Faster binti AZMI and I will explain about acquisition and collection in Mayo Clinic. First of all, acquisition is an archive term which means the process of taking material into your collection through several methods. The methods are transfer, donation, or purchase. In acquisition, there are two approaches to archive, which is passive and active approach. For the donation procedure, start with conduct a record survey to identify and separate any permanently valuable record. The archive staff can assist with the donor to establish which documents are of lasting importance and advise the donor on how to do so. Secondly, they need obtain boxes and material which sent to the archive must be sent in record center box. These boxes are available from Lawson with the stock number 291693. Thirdly, number and fill the boxes in the next step. Each package should be numbered. Fill in the blanks from the front to the rear. When arranging record chronologically, start at the top and work your way back. When arranging record alphabetically, and start at the beginning of the alphabet and work your way back. The next step is the need to label the boxes with the information according to from, to, and box number. From, we have to mention the department or office name. To is the W. Bruce Fire Center for the History of Medicine, number 315, and box number. The second last step is the donor has to make a container list of the box contents. The box content list should begin with the box number followed by title of each folder in the box, exactly as that state on the folder. These loose items as a group in the order in which they were discovered. Insert the container list into the box and repeat as needed. When the box are ready for delivery, email Nicole Beku, the electronic version of the container listing. And the last procedures are arrangement for the donor delivery the record to the archive. Record can be delivered in a number of different ways. The ways are self-delivery to the archive, and the donor can contact Nicole Beku to arrange a time, and campus mail is the way material up to 750 lbs and will be delivered through general service to the archive, and the other way is archive pickup. In this way, the archive may be able to get modest volume of archive material depending on available resources, and please contact Nicole Beku for availability information. Collection material are often organized by term with a material on a single topic gathered together. In archive, collection information about a certain subject may be dispersed among many collections. Archival collection are arranged according on two basic principles, which is provenance and original order. Provenance requires that documents from various origins be maintained apart from one another. This means that record from one person or institution should be kept apart from record from another person or institution, even if the subject matter is the same. The second one is original order. Original order is denotes those archival documents should be kept in the order specified by the author of the record, rather than order created by the archive. And in Mayo edition collection, most of the record is original from the staff and physician. Last but not least, the collection policy in Mayo Clinic is seek collection for patient balances from patients who are able to pay for these treatments. Procedure for collection shall be implemented uniformly and equitability to all patients regardless of insurance status. All collection techniques shall be in accordance with the applicable laws and the goal of Mayo.
Next is appraisal and disposal of Mayo Clinic archive. In this case, Mayo Clinic is using Clinical Research Appraisal Inventory (CRAI) as a self-evaluation instrument, and the data is collected, analyzed, and the results are stored in database. Mayo Clinic are doing appraisal process by doing systematic reviews, meta-analysis, evidence profiles, and clinical practice recommendations. While HIPAA is the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act guidelines that must be complied in medical industry, including Mayo Clinic. For disposal of records, Mayo Clinic are using secure paper shredding, hard drive destruction, product destruction, X-ray destruction by the Healthcare Waste Management Service. While disposal is a process of destroying or retaining records. When records are no longer needed for management purposes, they should be disposed of as quickly as possible. By doing regular disposal, destruction, and transfer of inactive records to storage facilities allows office space to be used more efficiently. In this case, Mayo Clinic records retention is different for each type of records. While HIPAA is the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act guideline that must be complied in medical industry, including Mayo Clinic. For disposal of records, Mayo Clinic are using secure paper shredding, hard drive destruction, product destruction, and X-ray destruction by the Healthcare Waste Management Service. Next is accessioning. Accessioning happens when collections are physically and lawfully exchanged to an archive. In Mayo Clinic, RHIT, which is Registered Health Information Technicians, are responsible in accession registry. RHIT also have 10 years of experience in healthcare business, including customer service, quality control, and health information. Some of the process are keeping the hard copy and digital records, obtaining information, and supplying outside entities that permitted to receive. Mayo Clinic also developed management solution by mapping resources in tracking provenance of records. On patient level, Mayo Clinic decided to set IDs for records. Specific IDs for records. For example, of specific ID is accession number. For accessioning, legal control, physical control, and intellectual control are important. The first one is legal control. Example of legal control activity by Mayo Clinic is the contract or agreement with Mayo Foundation for Medical Information and Research at Minnesota. Next one is physical control. For example, Mayo Clinic use shipping by FedEx or AirNet to ship the document or record. And the last one is intellectual control. Mayo Clinic identifies patient records and medical information as material that they help Mayo Clinic Archive also deals with only medical and hospital subject only. Next is arrangement and description of Mayo Clinic Archive.
Good morning to Madam JANNATUL Insa. My name is DEVIEYVNNA anak MAWING, and the next point is called arrangement and description. The arrangement and description is study how the way of development achiever institution has been managed and arranged. Institution arranged within the process principle of respect, which is the provenance and original order. Mayo Clinic has been able to manage and aim the highlight for a better future of the patient health. They are also providing the competency clinical material practice, which is skillful, where education and also updated reaching. And that Mayo Clinic has ever set the measuring performance system. And the most important also, they are also arranged the records that we ever become extremely aware as a healthcare institution. Mayo Clinic also descriptions the involving the integrated health system in the relation of hospital as well for the outpatient clinics, and also the surgery department, the nursing homes, and also for home health services. And the example of the reporting system at the Mayo Clinic is balanced scorecards, or also known as dashboard report. Other than that, the preservation and storage is process of competency to undertake the maintenance, repair, and to convert achiever materials. The Mayo Clinic has able to establish the 5 years program that known as Landlords and Preservation Registry, which is for the disease, traumatic injury, diabetes, and any of medical condition. They also collect to improve any kind of prevention, rehabilitation, and treatment that lose. In this storage, Mayo Clinic able to protect the patient records, which is providing the 3 of it. First, PHRS, second, EHRS, and third, patient portals. For as an example, EHRS, known as electronic health records, that keep at the doctor office, hospital, and the health insurance plan.
Now I will explain about access and reference service. The word access refers to the term and condition under which audio-visual material is made available for viewing and reuse. Access requirements include the provision of proper metadata for audio-visual access of sequences, as well as the clearance and management of rights. And then, the praise reference services refer to the facilities and services made available by the archive after access to the material is allowed. Enabling users involve AD resources in locating and selecting appropriate material, offering efficient delivery methods for commercial and public access, and when necessary. Mayo Clinic have created a general access or referral policy for their user that define who has access to the material. Requests for viewing and reuse also restriction that exists. Mayo Clinic has set the number of material that can be viewed at one time by the user. Permission are required for the material used. The user have access to archival installation in Mayo Clinic library, mostly from students, researchers, and for education purpose. For the copyright, Mayo Clinic does not assign the right to any Mayo copyright drawing, graphic, questionnaires, or survey instrument contained in any article submitted by Mayo writer according to Mayo policy. Mayo Clinic also provide the publisher a perpetual exclusive, royalty-free permission to publish such content in any media as part of the submission. Mayo retain all right to such works except this non-exclusive license. For other general knowledge, reference service are the facilities and service provided by the archives once access to the material has been granted. At Mayo Clinic, they have provided a lot of referral services for the users to support material. In the virtual visit, we has figured out 112 database in the Mayo Clinic library. In Mayo Clinic, they use a to Z database with arranged by alphabet. Mayo Clinic also have W Brooch File History of the Medicine Library. The W Brooch File History of Medicine Library is a specialist library that has significant collection on the history of medicine and associated field. The core collection of primary literature on all aspects of medicine and associated profession includes several thousand volumes. The balance of the collection, 23,000 total volumes, include more recently published history, biographic, facsimiles, and other supplementary materials.
To begin with my topic, which are Mayo's Clinic outreach activities. As far as I know, Mayo's Clinic has been actively participating in the community, that their employees volunteer and support community programs at their respective locations. On April 22, 2017, Mayo Clinic Public Affairs Committee hosted an event to thank the Rochester community and to support develop relationships to address health disparities in communities. In this slide, we can see that Mayo Clinic supports diversity-related programs. They also a firm believer in strong local labs. They assist in establishing and expanding outreach initiative. And the last one, they collaborate with healthcare professionals. Some of the outreach activity programs that I found on the internet is Cancer Prevention, Live Well, Be Well. This program sponsored by Mayo Clinic to promote diversity. Live Well, Be Well is a community outreach and education program at Mayo Clinic's Florida campus, which aims to educate African Americans about cancer and the importance of living a healthy lifestyle. It is because African Americans have higher rates of death from cancer than any other racial or ethnic group. The next one is Healthy Brain Aging, Live Well, Think Well. The Memory Disorder Clinic at Mayo Clinic's Florida campus offers Live Well, Think Well, which is a community outreach program to educate African Americans about healthy brain aging and memory disorders. African Americans have a higher disease burden from blood vessel conditions than do other minority populations. Therefore, they may have a higher risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Moreover, the collaboration between Mayo Clinic with the Links Incorporated. The collaboration main goals are to deliver health and wellness outreach, information and education to Links members and their constituents through targeted content with an emphasis on mutually prioritized chronic health disorders. Next is to develop methods and tactics to raise knowledge of medical research among African Americans and other minorities. There is also Somali Cares, which is a group prenatal care program for Somali women at Mayo Clinic's Rochester, Minnesota campus, which is run by the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology. The program's goal is to enhance health literacy and guarantee that babies and moms are healthy. And the last one is HOPE for the community, which is a community outreach program that gives education and awareness presentations to Hispanic, Latin communities in order to raise understanding and awareness of chronic illnesses that affect Hispanic and Latin communities.
Mayo Clinic tends to give a lot of attention to research and education activities. The teams at Mayo are involved in multidisciplinary research, which helps in the rapid discoveries of new treatment and prevention techniques. Mayo Clinic is not for-profit medical practice and medical research organizations. It provides comprehensive medical facilities and programs related to patient care services, research and medical education. It offers specialized medical care with medical departments and centers in most of the key disease categories and health disorders. It conducts active human research studies and new human research studies approved by institutional review at its facilities. The SWOT analysis stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Firstly, its strengths. At Mayo Clinic, quality is in-depth outlook on the experience of patients. Mayo tends to focus on excellence in knowledge and expertise, care, compassionate staff, and technology. Measures of quality are mortality rate, surgical infections, and number of people who have been successfully diagnosed, along with the integration of confidential medical records. Mayo Clinic also tends to measure quality in the time given to patient, treating with respect and dignity, and making sure that the appointments are on time along with the availability of the doctors. Secondly is weaknesses. The number one weaknesses throughout the Mayo Clinic will be communication, because it is such a big organization. There are always communication issues in every organization. There could be miscommunication with employees, failure to inform about new procedures are out, or new training that needs to be accomplished. This organization is forever changing, moving into better ways of accomplishing their mission and meeting the needs of their patients. That the communication that is needed to keep up with their staff vital. If their communication is constant, it could hinder the abilities to get best quality of care to the patients. Thirdly, the opportunities is development of new technologies to assist the product or service production and delivery process can be exploited to embed the innovation in business operations. The advanced technological integration can decrease costs, improve efficiency, and result in the quick introduction of innovative products. Besides, rise in the customer disposable income and increase the affluence customer base can be taken as an opportunity to introduce more high-end products. And lastly, threats of Mayo Clinics. When in the business world, there will definitely be competition and threats from outside that may be unavoidable, such as the changing regulatory framework and introduction of new stricter regulations impose a major threat to the Mayo Clinic. The 2020 initiative, it makes compliance with legal standards are more complex and challenging for the business organizations. Inability to comply with changed regulations raises the risk of expensive lawsuits.
In conclusion, Mayo Clinic can improve their records and archive in many ways. In order to successfully encourage the preservation of digital information, archivists need a better knowledge of computer science. The recommendation made for the Mayo Clinic are for the greater sharing of reuse for the public. We hope that archivists can continue to improve further so that people will feel ensured that the archive can be used and that the potential protection of our society information output will be safeguarded.